Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'll be sharing with you all how I make a delicious clam chowder. So I picked up some fresh clams from my local seafood market and I'm dying to make some clam chowder, you guys. So if you're interested in seeing how I create this mouth-watering clam chowder, then you already know what to do. Let's go ahead and jump right in. To start off, I'm going to use some leeks, which are alliums. They belong in the same family as onions, garlic, shallots, and chive. They give a sweet oniony flavor that adds depth to soups, stews, pastas, and the like. You want to make sure you clean these off very well because they do have lots of dirt and grit that hang out in between the leaves. The light and white parts are typically what's eaten, but the darker green parts can be used if cooked down longer and tenderized. They do tend to be a bit more fibrous, so you definitely want to cook those down a bit more. Forewarning, this dish does require lots of mise en place, that is a French word for prep. Basically having all your ingredients prepped, chopped, and ready prior to starting the cooking of this dish is essential. As you'll see, there are lots of different components that go into this recipe here. So obviously, you know, you don't have to use all of the ingredients. You can keep it fairly simple if you are a purist when it comes to certain things. I get it, but I like to try new things and get creative. So to me, that means adding a bunch of different color and vibrancy to my food, just using multicolored veggies and things like that. Also, with this recipe, it can be made in the pressure cooker if you are strapped for time. I've done that before. It's a simple set it and forget it. You would simply add your clams at the very end to avoid any kind of overcooking. And then a quick note for the potatoes, I would suggest parboiling the potatoes separately for about 7 to 10 minutes or until they're about fork tender prior to incorporating them into your chowder to avoid any raw potato or, crunchy potato, very unpleasant. Needless to say, I am using ButcherBox bacon. They've definitely stepped it up on their bacon, you guys. The slices are a lot thicker than they have been in the past. Also, a huge shout out and thank you to all of my subscribers and my viewers. The ButcherBox video did so well. I am so proud. That is a major accomplishment, you guys. To this day, I think that video's gotten like 317 views. It's mind-blowing to me. That is huge. I can't thank you enough. So I truly appreciate that from the bottom of my heart, especially to the love of my life, Eric, who helped push that video out. He sent it to every single person that he knows. So thank you so much, everyone, for helping me and supporting me through all of this. So next we're going to remove that bacon from your pot. Go ahead and add your veggies in right away. It's going to take a while to get these sauteed, about 5 to 10 minutes. And then I added flour, which is essentially one of the thickening agents that I'm using. Between the flour, the potatoes, and the heavy cream, these will be the way that you are able to achieve your perfect consistency depending on how you like your clam chowder, whether you like it to be thicker or thinner. I did use my seafood broth to deglaze the pan. And one thing I will say is that the combination of the seafood broth with the natural clam juices is what sets this clam chowder apart from all others. That is, the depth and the layer of flavors are pretty much unmatched. So if you want to know how to make the seafood broth, of course, it's on my channel. I'll link it down below for you guys. And then as for the clams, since they are fresh and live, you're going to want to purge them first and foremost. I didn't get any clips of me actually purging them, but essentially you're inserting them into a cool bowl of water and you're going to add a couple tablespoons of salt and semi-swish them in a circle for about 3 to 5 minutes. You're going to let them sit in that water for about 15 minutes at minimum, up to about an hour, which is ideal if time allows. And then after that time has elapsed, you'll see a ton of sand at the bottom and the water tends to be like grayish and kind of murky. Obviously, you want to rinse that off. And then I popped those into a 350-degree oven for about 8 minutes until they popped open. And then I picked them apart carefully just retrieving the meat. It's kind of a science to this. There's a science to getting the meat out of the clams. You want to avoid pulling the white muscle off because it is tough. We have finished off our clam chowder. To tie everything together, you're going to make sure you rinse off those chopped clams, throw those in with some heavy cream. Garnish this with some fresh cracked pepper, some parsley, and some crispy bacon. And you guys, I guarantee this is better than the San Francisco Wharf Chowder. Thank you so much for tuning in. I truly appreciate it. Obviously, all of the ingredients and the instructions will be listed down below. And of course, I'll see you all in my next video.